Hey, P2P, and welcome to our week 4 focus. We're coming up on our 5th workout together on this upcoming Saturday. Time is really flying, and it has been such a blessing. Thank you for the wonderful comments and feedback and about the changes and the development that is happening as it comes to your activity and your physical stewardship. And we're just going to keep on purposing that God gets the glory through this as we continue to grow and change. For this upcoming week, to give you a little peek for Saturday, we're going back to one of your favorite locations, one that you guys that you liked the most. We'll be returning to that location. Details are in your email. And before the workout starts, there will be an education segment on massage therapy and the benefits, what it does for an active body. It will be conducted by our very own Sister Tamika Phil of Anointed Hands Massage Therapy. So please do look forward to the wonderful information that she will be sharing with us. After the workout, we also did mention that I, as well as I've heard that some are also considering, some others from the group are considering to come and participate in the Golden Flyers race that will be held there on LSU's campus. So if you're so led to come and participate in one of the many options that they have in the distances, please do sign up. Otherwise, if you're led to come out and just cheer on and support, that would be fantastic as well. It is put on by the Rocket Kids Foundation, and they do really wonderful work to promote activity in the lives of children down here in South Louisiana. So it's a wonderful cause, and they always put on really beautiful, well-organized, encouraging, inspiring races. So it would be great if you could come down and share with them. As far as your personal plans, some of you are seeing some increases in your plans this week. Others are in a cycle where it's your week for a pullback. It's a good idea to give your body a little bit of a rest and not increase distances week after week after week. So please do take a look at the specific details and reach out to me if any adjustments are needed. As far as our focus is, we're continuing this week with the same thing of last week, which has to do with mindfulness. Last week when we talked about mindfulness, we put it in application when it came to areas of safety, when we're outside exercising, particularly if we're walking or running alone, just things to be mindful of. And we also talked a bit about mindfulness when it comes to nutrition, and there was some great sharing about that at our workout on last Saturday. Thanks for everyone that shared tips and even challenges. I think it was fruitful for everyone involved. I just want to continue on with that theme by asking us to continue to consider our mindfulness with eating and supporting it with a suggestion from a book that I found to be very interesting and helpful. The author's name is Michael Pollan. The name of the book is In Defense of Food, an Eater's Manifesto. And the most interesting part of the book, I think, is how he summarized healthy eating in just 3 simple steps, and it only takes 7 words. And they were this: eat food, not too much, mostly plants. Now, if we just stop and take a look at those simple encouragements, what a wonderful impact or positive impact our health can have if we were to incorporate that and be mindful of putting that in place in our lives. Just really quickly, eating food, eat food. Well, we say, well, what else do we do? I mean, we eat food, right? But if we really think about it, a lot of what we eat started off as food, but by the time it has gone through the preserving and the processing for the purposes of convenience and to be honest, capitalism, a lot of what is done to food is done to reduce costs on the market when they're bringing it to us. Think about what we do to food as well. When we get it and we just cook the heck out of it, and just so much through all of this process, so much of the nutrition and goodness that God put in the foods for us has been removed by all of this stuff that we put it through. So that what we're often eating is really food-like or food-ish, not really food itself. But if we were to take some steps to eat food, to be mindful, to choose things that are really food, the way that I like to think of it is to eat food as close to the way God put it here for us, our bodies would just greatly benefit. Now, I know oftentimes we hear people say, and I even sometimes hear healthy eating advocates saying this to people and say, well, make the investment in yourself because healthy food is more expensive. It doesn't always have to be more expensive. To give you a really quick idea, take a look at this. And in both of those pictures, that's not one meal. Hopefully, it's not one meal. They both are meals, breakfasts that can feed 6 people. It's not a lot of money overall, but look at the nutrition that was actually less expensive than the junk on the other side. Really, it does not always have to take more money to give our bodies what it needs. So we need to debunk some of these things that we have in our minds, these strongholds that are really just excuses that we often fall into that keep us from honoring God with what we feed our bodies. The second encouragement that they have is not too much. Well, that one's self-explanatory. We don't eat on plates in this country. We eat on platters. And we eat oftentimes until food is gone. God has given our bodies the ability to have these wonderful self-regulating mechanisms, the feelings of satisfaction and fullness or hunger and thirst. We so often dull and ignore them and eat for all other kinds of reasons and then eat beyond those signals. If we were to just be mindful and really tune into our bodies and listen to what our bodies is really telling us as far as what to eat and how much to eat and when to stop, again, we would just be so blessed. And the last encouragement that he puts out there is to say mostly plants. Whenever you do look at nutrition profiles of foods, you find that the powerhouses, the ones that just really have really strong profiles, are usually plant-based foods. By that we mean vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, beans, even nuts. These are the things that have so many vitamins and minerals and macronutrients, things that our bodies need and that keeps them healthy. Now, meats can be good for you as well when you choose them, but so often in our diet we pick meats that are very fatty or meats that have a lot of nitrates and processing items in them as well, and we make them the center of this platter of food that we eat. And then we put a little bit of vegetables that we cook to death on the side. What if we flip the script a bit and we changed it, just as the dietary guidelines put out by the USDA do suggest that our plates are primarily plant-based, fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and have meat be the accompaniment instead of being the main show. By doing that, there's so many studies that show how it can benefit our health, particularly in the areas of heart disease prevention. So why don't we just be a little bit mindful, even that suggestion, see how that may fit or apply in your life, and give it a try during this upcoming week. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell within. It's all here for us. But we can make mindful choices. We can make choices that are going to be beneficial and honor God with how we feed his body. Let's continue that same thing this week. Put some things in place, share ideas that you've tried that were helpful, or maybe something that you want to, put in place and try, and you want to ask other members of the group to come along on that challenge with you. Let's communicate and share and support one another in taking some steps to do good for our body. Because doing so, we honor God. Just think about it, pray about it, and then act upon it. And if God says the same, I really do look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. You take care and have a blessed week. Bye-bye.